the Ivory Soap Program, presenting Ransom Sherman as Hap Hazard. The makers of the new Velvet Suds Ivory Soap bring you Ransom Sherman as Hap Hazard, with songs by Connie Boswell, music by Billy Mills and his orchestra. And the show opens with Love Is. Friends, if you're one of the millions of Americans who've grown up with Ivory Soap, maybe you're wondering how Ivory could be any better. Well, the answer to that lies in the first cake of the new Velvet Suds Ivory you buy. Take off the wrapper, and you'll see how much whiter this new Ivory is. Then lather it up. Right away, you'll notice how much easier you get lather, and how much richer and creamier that lather is, how much softer it feels on your skin. The fact is, this new Velvet Suds Ivory is milder for your complexion, sudsier for your bath, and faster for your dishes. It's better than ever for everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, a personal question. Has anyone ever told you just where to go? Well, if you went there, you'd be in Crestfallen Manor, the woodland resort that's really shady. At this lodging utopia, the customer is always right. So, of course, we find the manager arguing with a guest. And here he is, Hap Hazard.
Now, Mr. Jones, I admit the ordinary hotel would rent you a room with a closet. But here we rent you a room without a closet. Then we sell you an axe, and you can chop one exactly where you want it.
Oh, all right, I'll register. Give me the pen.
There you are. Fine, and here's your hatchet, Face.
Oh, there you are. Hello, Mr. Hazard.
Hello, and who are you?
I am McKnight, the day clerk. I'm taking the place of O'Day, the night clerk.
Where's O'Day?
Tonight's O'Day's off.
Day.
He went home this afternoon.
He did. How are you fixed for mornings?
Haven't got a thing. But I could give you something around twilight.
How do I get into these things anyway? All right, McKnight, but tell me, what's on your boy-sized mind? And I do mean that.
Well, I was upstairs just now checking on the rooms, and I found there are no light bulbs in 901.
901, isn't that the bridal suite?
Yes, I believe it is.
Well, that takes care of that, doesn't it? Hello.
Hello. This is Mr. Super in 611. Say, I don't think the ceiling in here is any too strong.
It isn't? Why do you say that?
Well, you know the people upstairs.
Yeah.
They're downstairs now.
See, that's enough to floor anybody. Miss Ming.
Yes, sir?
Don't yes me.
Yes, sir.
That's better. Was there any mail for me today?
Just a circular letter about some convention in Washington. I threw it in the wastebasket.
You threw it in the wastebasket? Well, fish it out. Might be important.
Okay. All I see is that water Mississippi bubblegum you threw away yesterday.
Well, let's look around and see what else is in here. Oh, here's an old toothpick from the grill. Still in the tooth, too. Look at this. 7 Dixie cups, 13 Lily cups, 1 eye cup, and 11 hiccups.
Oh, here it is. Now, you see, it's just a mimeographed circular letter they send out to everyone.
Dear fellow hotel man, the annual convention will be held August 12th at Washington, D.C. Every hotel man in the country is urged to attend and take part in our open forum. Well, now, there you are, a personal invitation for me to go to Washington today and speak at a convention.
You mean you're going to go?
Oh, of course I'm going to go. I'll leave right after my broadcast.
Well, you'd better hurry, Mr. Hazard. You have to do your broadcast before you leave.
Don't you listen to anything I say? Miss Mink, find out how much it costs to fly down there like Harry Hopkins.
Yes, sir. I have the rates right here on my desk. $60.32.
$60.32, huh? That's a lot of dough. Wonder how I can raise $60.32 legally.
Well, we could overcharge a guest and make up the difference.
Why, Miss Mink, I'm surprised. That would be terrible. We'd lose our reputation, our good standing. Who could we work it on?
Where's that manager? I want my bill.
Oh, here comes Mr. Talbot. Maybe we could work it on him.
Fine. I'll insult him while you make up his bill. Remember, make it come out exactly $60.32.
Hey, Hazard, I want to talk to you.
Why, it's Mr. Talbot. Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, everything is fine. Peachy. Only this hotel is driving me nuts, that's all.
So am I.
Why, you mental Mickey. I've had nothing but trouble since I came here. The roof is leaking. The windows are nailed down. The mattress stays still all day and crawls around all night. I turn on the hot water and mud comes out. I turn on the cold water and it goes back in. This place is terrible. I'm through, Hazard. Give me my bill.
Well, all right, Mr. Talbot. Just step over to the desk. Now, what was it you wanted?
My bill. My bill. My bill.
Helen Morgan does that better and sits on a piano beside. McKnight, Mr. Talbot's bill, please. Make sure it is correct.
Oh, you just leave it to me. Here you are, sir.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Talbot, rental of room 313, $40. Light, water, heat, power, gas, steam, oil, wood, coal, Vaseline, oxygen, Kleenex, and bath salts, $8. Soap, no charge.
No charge?
No soap. Then you sat on our garden bench before it was dry. Greens fees, $2. How we doing, Mac? We got enough yet?
Not yet. Keep on going.
All right, I will.
Hey, what are you two whispering about?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
Well,
nothing.
come on. Hurry up. What's my total bill?
Exactly $60.32 with tax.
Okay. Here's your money.
Thank you.
Now, where are my bags?
Pardon?
I say, where are my bags?
Right at your knees.
Right at my knees.
At your knees. That's the first time I ever saw one suit with 3 pairs of knees.
Goodbye.
Well, he's gone. We made it okay, didn't we, Mac?
Yes, sir, but I sure had a tough time.
Tough. What's so tough about adding up a few figures?
Adding? I had to subtract. His bill really was $146.71.
Oh, you dim...
Ladies and gentlemen, we present those two merry minstrels of modern melody, Ralph Adenoids Edwards.
Hello, everybody.
And Mel South in My Mouth Allen, in a deluxe little ditty written especially for this occasion. Let's hear it now. We're going to hear it now. New ivory, it's been improved, it's swell.
Boy, it rings the bell.
Ivory, it's better now in every way. Oh, Ivory,
Gee,
you ought to try that velvet lather.
is it mild or rather?
Ivory, you ought to try it right away. Now, Velvet Suds for your complexion.
Ivory facials are perfection.
More suds for bath and dishes. Ivory answers all your wishes. Ivory,
Yeah.
it's better now for you.
Me and little babies, too.
Ivory, you ought to try it right away. Right away. Well, friends, whether you sing it or say it, the new Velvet Suds Ivory Soap is really swell. It's a milder ivory for your complexion. Ivory facials are perfection, because improved ivory is kinder to skin than 10 leading toilet soaps. And when we sang more suds for bath and dishes, well, that's the truth, because in the tub, Velvet Suds Ivory piles up heaps of richer, creamier lather for a new kind of ivory bath. And for dishes, this new improved ivory gives 1/3 more of those Velvet Suds right in hard water. It's quicker for dishes and gives your hands complexion care. So, friends, try new Velvet Suds Ivory, won't you? It's better than ever for complexion, for bath, for dishes, for everything. You ought to try it right away.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take you now to the second floor of Crestfallen Manor. We take you now to the third floor of Crestfallen Manor. Well, let's try the roof. Oh, I'm sorry, lady. I didn't know you were sunbathing. I'm looking for Hap Hazard. Have you seen him?
Yes, he just went into the broadcasting studio.
Oh, we're just in time then to announce his newscast.
Hurry up, Kirby. Hurry up. We're on the air.
I'm sorry, man.
All right.
And now, what's happening around the world? Your favorite newscaster, Hapgood H. Hazard, brings you his digest of the world's news from our studios overlooking Crestfallen Manor's kitchenette cottages, whose motto is, why simmer in the city when you can cook at Crestfallen Manor? And here is Hap Hazard.
Good evening, everyone. Beep, 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 beep. Well, things are happening again. Beep, beep, beep. Lots of things are happening. Beep, beep. Excuse me, again. At a late hour this evening, I received a confidential report from one of my personal sources of information, whose name I cannot divulge for fear of bodily harm to his person. Beep, 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 beep. In a certain village someplace, things are happening. Lots of things are happening. In a certain village, whose name I cannot divulge for fear of bodily harm to his person, there is a looks like a L. A house. Not a large house, not a small house. What does this mean? All right. Excuse me. Thank you. I have just received further news from this same private source of information, whose identity I cannot reveal for fear of, like I said before. Quote, it is alleged that this house belongs to an alleged lady who has been positively identified in the latest reliable, unconfirmed reports as none other than. Word missing there. Ominous time, please. Let us call her Mother H. Well, it seems that subversive elements are at work in Mother H's little home, which is near a prominent border, whose name I cannot divulge for fear of, like that. Thank you. I've just been handed another report hot off the teletype. And I quote, these are ominous times. Excuse me. All right. Mother H returns to her home. The cupboard, which a few moments before was well stocked with food, is bare. Fine. Let me quote from this dispatch, allegedly understood to be accurate, although unconfirmed, and probably true in every respect, although this is problematical. Quote, the cupboard was bare. I'll repeat that for the West Coast. The cupboard was bare. Well, this is ominous. The above statement must be qualified, however, as I am translating freely from the original foreign tongue to wit. Auf den Muchtimfließer, unter der Linden. Auf den Muchtimfließer, Unterland Linden, Gesellschaft, Adam Hatz. Naturally enough, my analysis is this, and you can mark my words. The poor dog got none. The poor dog got none. N-O-E. Well-informed sources are shaking their heads tonight over this startling turn of events. But I think I may state that these, and by these, I mean, not those, are ominous times. Yes, things are happening. Lots of things are happening. Well, I shall return tomorrow to the ledge, to the courtesy of the whose name I cannot harm. bodily, preferred, devout, and like that. So, until then, I shall buzz off.
And now, lads and lassies, to your places, while Connie Boswell sings The Carey Dancers.
Lads and lassies, to your places, up the middle and down again. Oh, the days of the Carey dancing, oh, the ring of the piper's tune. Oh, for one of those hours of gladness, gone, alas, is the old, old tune. When the boys began to gather in the glen of a summer night, and the Carey piper's tuning made us long with wild delight. Oh, to think of it, oh, to dream of it fills my heart with tears. Oh, the days of the Carey dancing, oh, the ring of the piper's tune. Oh, for one of those hours of gladness, gone, alas, is the old, old tune. Lads and lassies, to your places, up the middle and down again. Oh, the days of the Carey dancing, oh, the ring of the piper's tune. Oh, for one of those hours of gladness, gone, alas, is the old, old tune. When the boys began to gather in the glen of a summer night, and the Carey piper's tuning made us long with wild delight. Oh, to think of it, oh, to dream of it fills my heart with tears. Oh, the days of the Carey dancing, hearts were filled with a gay romance. Oh, for one of those hours of gladness that I had in the Carey dance. Oh, for the Carey dance.
Girls of the Tri-State Teachers and Subnormals in Convention gathered, greetings on this, the second day of our conference at Crestfallen Manor. Oh, thank you. We are particularly happy to have as our guest speaker this evening a noted educator, a man who knows child psychology and the basic principles of education.
Thank you.
In a moment. A man who has spent a lifetime studying children.
Thank you.
In a moment. We have heard many interesting speakers in the past, and now for a change, we listen to Professor Hap Hazard.
Thank you. Ladies, my topic tonight is teaching school down through the ages, or whither are we drifting, hither and thither? Jan? It has been said that schools are responsible for a large part of our education, and you teachers play no small part in that. Now then, let us start from the beginning. What is the difference between our modern child teaching and that of, say, 40,000 years ago, or even 30,000 years ago? Now, this is 1941. So just subtract 1941 from 30,000. Let's see. Surtax 12%, normal tax 4 from 8 is 2 to carry. And what is our answer? Believe it or not, I get 522 bushels. Think of that. Now, you girls are all teachers. Look at the modern child. What does he know? Nothing. We must teach him. But how? It's a very well-asked question. Did I ever hear one? And I have here one.
Professor, just what should we teach the child?
Would you mind repeating that question?
Just what should we teach the child?
Would you let me have that again, please?
I said, just what should we teach the child?
Certainly got a one-track mind, haven't you? Now, the little child is seeking. We must give it to him. I'll repeat that. Give it to him. Give it to him. Now, first, let us classify children into two groups. We have boys and we have girls. I think we'll all agree on that, won't we? Then we divide the boys into young or older, or old or younger, as the case may be. The girls we divide into the younger and those over 45.
What do you mean by that?
Thank you. My, we are getting along famously, don't we? Now then, take a concrete example. We teach the child to wash his hands. That teaches him to wash his face. That, in turn, teaches him to wash his ears. And if we can get him to wash his ears, boy, we got something. Pardon me, my throat's a little dry. Anybody got a cough drop?
Oh, certainly, Professor. Here you are.
Thank you. Let me tell you of another word taking the covers in the rum. It's pretty good. It was licorice, wasn't it? Now, before I entered the educative field, there was no system at all. None. Pupils used to go wherever they wanted to in the mornings. Some went down to the pool room. Others would go around kicking people on the shins and then run away very fast. A few pupils even joined a Major Bowes unit and disappeared for good. I tell you, and I speak advisedly, it was terrible. But I put my brain to work, and in a flash, I had the answer. Build a schoolhouse. A schoolhouse, a place with a big bell on it where pupils could come to, painted red. That's the school, I mean. You may laugh, but I can say with all modesty, it worked. It worked. By the way, are there any little mothers in the audience tonight?
Oh, yes, I'm a mother.
I am, Mom. Now, another thing. Our teachers had great difficulty teaching geography. They were very thorough. And if a child wanted to know where the equator was, they'd send him there. One boy asked about the South Pole, and a week later, Admiral Byrd received an airmail package with legs. Another one asked what Asia looked like. And they put him on a boat, told him to come back in 5 years, or he'd have to stay after school. You'd be amazed how many children we lost that way. So again, it was up to me. I knit my brows, I pearled my eyelashes, and I came up with maps. Maps. I brought one with me to show you. Here we are. Now, you see by the aid of this map, I can easily put my finger on Arabia. Here someplace. No Arabia. Oh, no wonder. This is yesterday's map. Well, so much for that. Are there any questions?
Yes. Does anybody here know what you're talking about?
Thank you. What you probably mean by that is, and I'm sorry that we haven't time to answer you, because time seemingly is very much at a premium. And in closing, let me read you a poem which I wrote, a poem that summarizes, yea, that epitomizes everything I have given you this evening. And here is Mr. Abraham Lunk, who will play the trombone accompaniment. Alors, Mr. Lunk. That's enough. Thank you very much. Oh, that's enough. I call this tired ode to a tired ode. Give a man a horse he can sit by the side of the road by. A jug of wine, a loaf of bread, and a house by the side of a horse I can ride. By the side of a house, by a horse and a loaf of bread in the backyard. A jug of horse by a house I can ride. And a loaf of road in the broad bread yard. Oh, somewhere the birds are singing. And somewhere the bees are buzzing. But give me a horse I can ride in a house, and I'll make it the hard way. A jug of wine, a backyard, by the side of a loaf of bread I can ride. And let me be a friend of. Thank you.
Hap Hazard will be back in just a minute, folks. And whether you go to your store tomorrow riding a house by the side of a jug of wine or merely call up a loaf of bread to have them send up the telephone, don't cake to fail for several asks. Don't ask to cake for several fail. Now, wait a minute. Don't fail to ask for several cakes of the new Velvet Suds Ivory Soap. You can expect 3 things from this new Ivory that are going to make it even more popular in your house than Ivory's ever been before. It's milder for your complexion. It cleanses more gently than 10 leading soaps being sold for skin care. It gives you richer, creamier lather for your bath, lather that foams up with a single rub. And you get faster, richer suds for all your cleaning and dishes. Now, the name on the bright blue wrapper is Ivory Soap as always, but the soap inside is the new Velvet Suds Ivory that's better than ever for everything. Cake several gets today, you won't? Get several cakes today, won't you?
This is the National Broadcasting Company.